So David, a 1-1 draw at home to Widnes today. It was a difficult game for both sides. I think it's a bobbly pitch at the best of times. And I think probably the first thing to talk through is the groundsman put so much time on that pitch, but there's literally nothing you can do when it's not rained for something like 10, 14 days.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? If you look at last season, we had so much rain, and they did sterling work to get the pitch playable, and this year we've had none, and they've been out with sprinklers on. I think they put 8 hours in yesterday. They were up here. We turned up for training. They're on the pitch till gone 8 o'clock Tuesday night. But there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
You know, the volunteers. They're working with rudimentary equipment, really. A couple of hose pipes and a couple of sprinklers that you'd use in your back garden, trying to do a couple of acres of football pitch. And the fact that it's as in the shape it is at this stage of the season, testament to all the hard work they're in. And it is dry and bubbly, but we've not had rain. But the fact that is, there's not a lot of grass in it. But the reality of that is because they've done such a good job, and they got the Avro game on, they got the Allerton Coles game on, when nobody else was on. And the Allerton Coles game was the only game played that weekend. And we probably, in hindsight, that's going to sort of damage the pitch. But they've been superb all year as grounds crew, and got an apologetic message from Paul Robinson yesterday, and I was like, you don't need to message me. I know the hours you put in, and there's only so much you can do, and appreciate everything they do for us. So credit to them. And the pitch is the pitch. There's nothing more they could do to make it any better.
And it's all both sides have to play a different type of football, and to be fair to Widnes, looked really dangerous in the first half from set pieces, corners, crosses.
We could go in the first half. Credit to them, they've got a lot to play for, and you could see that they had something to play for. And perhaps we didn't. I thought we worked incredibly hard. They were dangerous off set pieces, but they got the ball into good areas to win those set pieces. Every time we worked hard, win it back, and we just tossed off possession every time. We just didn't keep. I don't remember us stringing together more than 2 or 3 passes in that first half, and they were relentless. They fell on second balls. They put balls into good areas. I thought the delivery of the set pieces was excellent. Matty Rain delivers a great dead ball, and we rode our luck. Let's be honest. We rode our luck, and at the other end, nothing really fell. We didn't really test the keeper at all. So yeah, it was a bit of a tough first half. Credit to the players for the work rate and the effort, but I just thought the quality was lacking in that first half, and I thought we were lucky to go in 0-0.
And their goal comes from a long throw, and it's been a couple of years since we had a left back or a full back who could throw the ball like that, and it makes you miss it. But it was just an example of how dangerous they were from set piece.
The goal was disappointing because we talked about the importance of taking care and quality in our kick-off. Took a massive bobble as he went back to Teddy. He then sort of had to rush his kick and turned over possession. It then broke, and Giddy had a chance to clear. Didn't really clear it very well. Turned over possession again. They put the ball into a good area. Giddy cleared it for a throw-in, and it was a throw-in that just kind of bobbly, good finish. But we dealt with them well in the first half, and just didn't. So it was disappointing to go in after 45 seconds. That goal went in. Having said what we needed to do, and the reaction was great though. I think we've rightly criticised reactions after going to go down at points this season. I just thought we showed a lot of bravery after going to go down. I thought players wanted to go and get on the ball and to make things happen. I thought the subs had an impact. All 3 of them made a difference, and that was pleasing. But it was good that we wanted to go and get on the ball, and Widnes, I think nerves maybe kicked in a little bit. They went to 3 at the back and sat a bit deeper, and I think that allowed Mason to get space and find pockets and orchestrate things, and that's where the goal came from.
Just going to say, it seemed like the changes you made, I think it was around 51, 52 minutes, but bringing on Mason and Will Shepherd made a huge difference.
Yeah, it was early, but I think at that point I just felt we needed to change it. I just didn't think we were getting enough control of the ball, and for all that Joe and Sean have done great for us, the different types of players. Mason's a player who will receive the ball in a really tight area and make things happen, and Will's got a lot of quality on the ball, and I thought that they did make a difference. Eric then pulled up, and we thought he might do. He passed a late fitness test. We wasn't sure he'd get through it. And I thought Wealth showed something different when he came on. I thought in training he's superb. He gives our centre halves nothing. He holds them off. He rags them about. He scores goals, and I thought he showed that devilment today when he came on. So that was really pleasing to see as well. So won the penalty from nothing, absolutely nothing. Just sheer desire to go and get something out of a good ball, but one that the defence looks in control of, and he was just his will, his his desire to get something that won a penalty.
Yeah, it's a brilliant piece of play to get the penalty, but then there's probably no one else who wants to take a penalty than Mason against the keeper as good as Mark Halstead as well.
Yeah. And it was quite a long time between the penalty being awarded and being taken as well, which is often a thing where you think, oh, that, you know, nerves start to creep in, you start to second guess yourself. But you know, Mason dispatched it in the way that Mason does. I probably have more confidence this week than last week, if I'm honest, but they were equally good penalties.
Yeah.
We've got Ollie down at watching the Edmondsford game today, and apparently Mason is very popular in Edmondsford at the moment. Hopefully he won't be on Friday.
I was just going to say, move on. It's a good point today, but you called it out last week. We've got a say in the title either way. We've done Hensford a favour today, but it's all about doing Widnes a favour next weekend. Yeah,
it's about us doing things properly. One of the things I was determined was that we weren't going to let the season peter out. Last week I thought we'd done enough to stay safe. That's now confirmed mathematically. But I don't want the season to peter out, and yeah, it'd be very Mosley if we went on to win the next 2 games and lost at Hanley. That would sum up my 5 seasons, especially if we could have like 25 shots and not hit target at Hanley and lose 1-0 to an 89th minute goal off a long throw coming off somebody's backside. That'd be a fitting end. But we seem to raise our games, and it's interesting. I said to the players before, there's no pressure on us in these next 2 fixtures. No pressure today, no pressure on the next couple, except the pressure we want to put under ourselves to finish properly. And I thought the players did everything right today. I thought we showed a great attitude in the second half. I thought we showed bravery to get on the ball. I thought our work rate in endeavour for 95 minutes was superb. And it was pleasing that largely players wanted to go and try and win it in time added. You know, a couple of players slowed things down, and probably with me and Alex trying to reel them up a little bit, because we wanted to go and try and win the game. We want nothing more now than to get another 9 points and try and finish in that top half, which I think is probably on the balance of everything this season, probably done enough to get there. Other than score goals, and you know that's been a problem all season. But hopefully Mason's found his shooting boots now. We've got Obbs, we've got Eric's scored a couple last week. Well to be firing today, so hopefully we can do a bit over these last 3 games and hopefully get 9 points.
And then following Hensford, a bittersweet moment for you, I suppose, with the last game of our last home game of the season, and your last game here is Stalybridge Celtic on Easter Monday. So, you know, without looking too far ahead, thoughts on that one?
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it so much that I booked the Tuesday off work, because I intend to go and have a few beers afterwards. It's a fitting one, I think, for me, having won the treble with Stalybridge and it being my hometown team, and I think it'll be a great crowd. I'm expecting really big crowds for the next 2 games. Edmondsford get good crowds. I think Stalybridge, you know, probably still going to be in the hunt for the playoffs. They'll bring a few, and we'll get people down. So it'll be a really good day, really good atmosphere. Hoping we get 3 points. It'd be great to sign off at Seal Park with a win. And I'm going to go and have a few beers and enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be an emotional day, but I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, David.
Cheers, Nathan.